here we go. Let's do some more examples. All right, here we go. X squared plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, chances are, what are the directions?
Solve it.
Solve. Okay, so let's solve this equation by factor. Here's the direction, solve. We know that the answer, if it says solve is in directions, what is the answer got to be?
Equal to 0.
Equal to 0. No, not, it has to be equal to 0, but x equals a number. X equals a number. All right, so here we go. First step. What do we do? GCF. Is there a GCF? No. If it wasn't equal to 0, notice how over there it says set equal to 0. Those are your solve directions. If it's not equal to 0, you want to write this down. If it's not equal to 0, you must set it equal to 0. That's always your first step if you're solving. Okay? Then there's no GCF. Then we go to our parentheses. Step number 3 is our signs. We've got to fill in our signs. We look, where do our eyes go first? Right there, that second sign. If the second sign is negative, what does that tell us about our signs? One's positive and one's negative. Doesn't matter which one for now. Then what's our next step? Step 4. Fill in the first blanks. X and X. Now what? Now what? Factor out C. What does 10 break down into? 10 and 1 and 5 and 2. Now here's, like I said again, if you're a chess player, you're gonna do well at this. How can I get, looking at B, step 6, how can I get positive 3 out of 5 and 2? I've got 5 and I've got 2. How can I make that positive 3? The 5 needs to be what? Positive, and the 2 needs to be what? Negative. That should help me when I go to plug these in. That should help me. That should tell me where the 5 is going to go and where the 2 is going to go. Right? I don't just plug them in randomly. Okay? I put the 5 here and the 2 here. What's the last step? Check it out. Okay, make sure this is still equal to 0. I check it out. Outside gives me negative 2x. Inside gives me positive 5x. That gives me positive 3x. Here's a question, a hypothetical. If this had worked out to be negative 3x, meaning I was really close, except the sign was wrong, what would be the only thing I would have to change in order to make it right?
If you switch 5 and 2.
I would just, no, not the 5 and the 2. Yes, in this case I could. I would rather you just swap the signs. It's going to help you when this is not 1. You need to know that if you're really, really close, and the only thing wrong is the sign here, then just change your signs. Okay, that's everybody's kind of intuitive. Everybody understands that. So we're not done, right? We checked it. It checked out, but the direction said solve. So what do I need to do now? I need to figure it out. I need to solve here and solve here. What's my answer here? Negative 5. What's my answer here? Positive 2. You got that? You got that? You see how I get the answers there? Okay. Yes, Hester.
Like, didn't you say for like the positive and negative? Like, didn't you say like if you have a positive and negative, like don't they both supposed to be negative?
If that one's negative, then that tells us they are different. Period. I stop. If that sign is negative, then I stop right there and I say one's positive and one's negative. Okay? Questions? Yes.
When you're getting your answers, like at the end, do you switch your signs on each other?
You do opposite and opposite. Okay? Now, what if, and you had some of these on the quiz, what if, I'm just changing it up, it said 2x plus 5. Right? You get opposite here, you'd get 2 here, but what's the answer here? You do the opposite of this divided by this. Opposite of this divided by this, and it would be negative 5 over 2. That has to be automatic. That saves you a lot of time. That has to be automatic. Mooney?
Can we do one with the GCF?
Do one with the GCF? I'll look. I don't think we have one today. But when we come in here on Monday, there will be some with GCFs. Good question. I just want you already thinking about it. I don't want to come in here on Monday and say, oh yeah, by the way, we have a new step number 1. That's always your first step. Okay? Okay, good question. All right, what I want to do now is workbook, page 87. There are 4 problems. Page 87, I want you to try 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just 4 problems now at your desk. Stay over there for now. Stay over there for now, because I may have to record it. Yeah, you can kill it.